So Marvel Studios has never really been in the business of casting the biggest names as its main stars of its films. You know, Robert Downey Jr. certainly is one of the biggest names in Hollywood right now, but when cast as Iron Man, nobody really knew or cared much about him. You know, same thing can be said for Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth certainly, and countless other stars such as Tom Holland as Spider-Man. So let's talk about what apparently Marvel Studios' strategy is going to be going forward. You know, it's easy to look at anything now, any magazine cover, and you see MCU stars all over these. You know, Men's Health, Men's Fitness, People Magazine, you know, they're all over the place, and they've kind of become household names. You know, they're the modern day versions of all of the 80s, 90s action heroes that were everywhere, and rightfully so. They're leading the biggest franchises in the world, you know, along with, like, other actors that are still famous from back in the day. But at the same time, you know, you have to look at how strategically Marvel is going about this. And latest reports suggest that Marvel Studios is not going to give this up, and they're going to actually triple down on exactly this. So essentially what they're saying is top actors are going to be looked at for the MCU, but they're going to keep doing what they've done in the last couple of years. They're looking at actors to be the villains, and they're looking for smaller actors that aren't exactly as high profile to be in the leading roles. So Tom Holland, for example, he was offset by Michael Keaton. And then Jake Gyllenhaal. That's impressive. You're looking at Captain Marvel, and on the other side you got Jude Law. That's pretty impressive right there for a supporting cast, right? You know, Samuel Jackson, supporting character in a bunch of Marvel movies. Again, this is that type of thing, right? So these rumors are suggesting going down the road, you could probably see a lot more of this with everything they're doing. And that kind of makes a lot of sense to me, you know? If you lock in an actor for far cheaper, like they did Chris Evans or Hemsworth, right? You can build up their star power with the characters they're playing, but you lock them in at this rate. You go out and seek your big villain for one movie or two movies and you give them this giant paycheck, but that star is big and their name is going to make it everywhere out there. And this is something that honestly I think they're going to definitely triple and quadruple down on for the rest of the MCU, because it just makes a lot of sense. It's a smart move, it's a smart way to build up your franchise, and it's a smart way to kind of pass the torch along, right? Like, you know, Kurt Russell. Look at him in the MCU, right? That was kind of incredible. It was like, wow, they got him. Okay, that's cool. And then look at some of the other characters that appeared there as Ravagers. Like Sylvester Stallone was a minor role in Guardians 2. That's kind of awesome. Because 25 years ago, Sylvester Stallone was leading multiple high-action films and the star of his own things. But it was time to pass the torch. So I can definitely see a lot of this happening, and I think this is a very valid thing that's going to go forward. So why not keep doing it if it's worked for you for the last decade?